Now sometimes you can have issues with fish that seem bloated and often bob up and down, and so there's three main reasons why this may be. The first one is a condition called bloat. Now the best way to treat bloat is with metronidazole. There are other non-prescription medications available, such as bloat-ex. Bloat-ex is a bath that I get about a 50% success rate with. Some people come back and say it was really good and it worked. Other people say it didn't make any difference. I guess it may depend on how quickly you catch the bloat. So if you catch it real quick, then there's more chance of fixing it. That's also the case with metronidazole. Regardless of what the problem is, obviously checking water quality, making sure you've got good surface agitation and your water quality is good and your filters are clean and all the rest of it are the main issues. Check temperature and so forth. So bloat is a potential one. The next thing it can be is dropsy. If it is dropsy, that's where the scales of the fish start to become pine cone. When you look down on the fish, it'll sort of look like a pine cone. Looks ugly as hell, and if you see it, just flush the fish down the toilet, because they don't get better no matter what you try. I've never ever fixed dropsy. Now the other thing that it can be is a swim bladder issue, particularly with laterally compressed fish such as goldfish. They're completely susceptible to swim bladder problems. The things like bloat-ex and saltwater baths can actually help with swim bladder issues. Other people do pop them with a hypodermic needle by putting the needle through the anus on a 45-degree angle forward. I don't really recommend any of this sort of stuff, particularly if you're not trained. The simplest way is to feed them a frozen pea. So if you just defrost the pea, you can even dehusk the pea and feed the pea to the fish. I have definitely found this can work. Sometimes rubbing a bit of the food that you feed the fish into the pea, so maybe there's a little bit more association with food. But if you can get the fish to swallow the pea, as the pea goes through the digestive tract of the fish, it can massage or stimulate or affect the opening of the swim bladder and can balance the swim bladder and result in your fish coming good. So don't feed them a frozen pea that's actually frozen. You want to feed them a frozen pea that's been defrosted and sort of cut to the size of the fish's mouth. If it's a tiny fish, it can't obviously eat a pea, but something like a goldfish often can, and they're the ones that are most susceptible to these sorts of swim bladder issues. So it is really worth trying a frozen pea. I've definitely seen it work. So anyway, if you've got any other comments on swim bladder issues, bloat, dropsy, make sure you put a little comment at the bottom of this video. See what you got to add for us.